Headshot!
Hey guys, time for another video. Yes, it's me talking again. I've just been too lazy to open my mouth. It's not like I didn't have any... I didn't want to make any videos. I was sitting before my computer and thinking, yeah, let's make another video. And then I got carried away and didn't do it for at least a few months. So, yeah. Actually, this time I have some things to talk about because I wrote them down. Otherwise, well, this would be a pretty boring video, wouldn't it? First of all, last weekend, whatever, Gamescom, that was awesome. I was there on Sunday, and most of the time I spent at the wargaming booth and collected stuff, and I do have a few bonus codes that I might give away if enough people watch this video, so it would actually make sense to do it. If not, well, no giveaway today. Also, as you can see, what has happened with the graphics does look a little bit different, doesn't it? And that Black Panther isn't HD, is it? This replay is quite old. It's from patch 8, and whatever is up with the frame rate, I have no idea. And yeah, why is that? I have an idea for a new series that I'd be doing of... Well, I've already recorded a few battles, and this is one of them. I've got a few ideas for the names for the series. For example, back in my day. So yeah, it's just supposed to be old replays and talking about them. And this is a pretty amazing battle anyway, so let's watch it. Also from the archives, good old times, and blast from the past. So that's a few possible names, whatever, and I'm not quite sure what I'll pick. Enough people have an idea of what I should choose. Well, write it in the comments. And yeah, so also because the World of Derps video did get 120, 130 views, so I'll be continuing that series because it seems to be pretty popular. I like making these, just need to gather enough funny footage. And yeah, so the Black Panther, and he has already killed a T-43, and this is pretty amazing matchmaking. We got this 3 tier 7, 3 tier 7s, 2 tier 6s, and yeah, so this should be nice. Already 1 kill. I'm not sure if you noticed it, but let's make it more obvious. What is the RT doing here? Why is it on that island? That's probably something to do with patch 8, because physics, and now you can get to places like that KV-13, he was up there. Everybody was just trying out new things. For example, RT drove onto the island. By the way, this is Pinky Han, and he's on this hill, and he's killing all of the enemies. And number 4, T-49, what is that? It's not a tier 8 light tank, it's a tier 5 tank destroyer. Before patch 9.4, 9.3, 9.5, something like that, there were no tier 8 American lights, and also no German or Soviet. There weren't any. Now that yeah, that's a bonus. He aimed at the Panzer IV and killed the BDR. By the way, that's the old Panzer IV without the side skirts. Only the top turret actually has some spaced armor. and the hull is just the normal Panzer IV hull without the Schürzen. And in M4, nice side shots on a VK3002DB. Oh, and he even stops. Talk about making it easy. Alright, that looks like an Su-85, not anymore, so that's 9, and of course his team is utter garbage, so yeah, 5 allies left. As I said that, it's 4 allies, and if I remember it, he's now gonna have some problems dealing with... You've already seen the tree falling, so yeah. Here he is, little Panzer IV. There you go, that's what it looked like back then. When I started, well, I didn't start at patch 8, but at patch, what was it? 8.8. Well, if you don't want to kill that Yak Panther, you can just ram him. Why not? And I guess there's so many Panzer IVs in this game because after the patch before patch 8 was 7.5, and back then the Panzer IV still had the Schmalturm and the Panther gun. Now it doesn't, and probably a lot of people were disappointed. So what do you... you can still, so to say, drive the old Panzer IV at tier 6 in shape of the Panzer IV Schmalturm, but well, it's not the same. Back then it was really slightly overpowered. And that KV-13 from earlier, how did that miss? So by the way, he's using the 105, and why does he have so much HE and no APCR? Well, back then you couldn't purchase APCR for credits, only for gold. That's why little crying potatoes call it gold ammo, because back then it was, no it isn't. And he probably has the default ammo loadout, so that's why he has 16 AG shells. So, 12 kills. I guess Pinky Han is feeling pretty happy about himself right now. What should he do now? The enemies aren't that good. It's just KV2, KV1S and KV1. Yeah, KV1 is, for those of you who don't know, it's basically the KV85, just faster and a whole lot better. Because the reload was so much better with the 122mm gun, basically the IS gun, and the reload back then was till... which patch did they change? I think it was 9.1, 9.2-ish, and yeah, since then, before then, the KV1S, now it's a tier 5, and then it had, well, yeah, it was tier 6 and had the 122mm and roughly 14-second reload. Now it's 18, so nobody uses that gun, and it was pretty overpowered, so there's a good reason why you shouldn't, well, why they removed it. And also, you may realize that the map looks a whole lot different. It's this, there's supposed to be a hill, there's the hill, well, that's the old version of this map. And yeah, here should be a hill as well, but there is no hill. Yeah, but it's not too long ago that they changed it, I think, and that's the old version, but the playstyle is basically the same. The mediums go the ABC route and the heavies 8, 9, 0. But back then it was easier to drown people because there was not as much space, so that's why people called it the Cone of Fail back then, for a good reason. And now the cap is not as open as it was back then. As you can see, you could just shoot from whatever, like back here, right into the cap, because there was no hill. And so let's kill the KV2 who misses, which is nice, but you've got to reset now. Come on, hit. Yes. KV1S, I think, hit him, so that's not too good. And alright, just the KV1S. No, that was your last AP shell. No, it's HE only. Don't kill him though. No. By the way, he's on 14 kills. Wow. Just wow. ENIAC Panther, 15 kills. He killed the entire enemy team. Fair enough, he got good matchmaking, but good matchmaking doesn't... Well, if this would be the case, the enemy tier 7s would have gotten just as many kills, but as you can see, only the KV13 killed one tank, and same on his team. Nobody killed it from the tier 7s. Well, of course nobody killed anybody apart from him on that team, because he killed everything. Yeah, so that was a pretty awesome round, and I hope you enjoyed it, and maybe consider liking, subscribing, whatever, and if so, see you next time.